When you get Xfinity Internet, Flex is included free, and finding what to watch on TV is now as easy as popcorn. This is a way better way to watch.
Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to get a great offer on Internet and add Flex for free. Restrictions apply.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. How are you? How's it going? Thank you. Thank you. You know, we have a lot of expressions in the English language that we use all the time. Most all of us use them every day, and we never seem to examine them very closely. You know, we just say them as if they really made sense. Like, legally drunk. Well, if it's legal, what's the problem? Leave the guy alone. He's legally drunk. You know where you can stick it. You hear that, don't you guys? You know where you can stick that. Well, why do we always assume everyone knows where they can stick it? Suppose you don't know. Suppose you're a new guy. You have absolutely no idea where to stick it. I think there ought to be a government booklet entitled Where to Stick It. Now that I think of it, I believe there is a booklet like that. They send it to you when you complain about your income tax. Selling like hotcakes. Well, is this the fastest selling item we could think of? For this figure of speech? Hotcakes? Beer, cigarettes, coffee, even eggs. You go to the average place where people are ordering breakfast, you'll find a lot more people ordering eggs than are ordering hotcakes. Well, it doesn't sound right, does it? Michael Jackson's new album is selling like eggs. People won't say that. It doesn't have the right ring to it. Undisputed heavyweight champion. Well, if it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about? To me, that's the last straw. That one doesn't seem fair to me, you know? I think you ought to warn a guy first. That's the next to the last straw. Let him know he's running out of straws. Down the pike. Boy, he was the meanest guy ever to come down the pike. Fine. What about guys who come up the pike? Not everybody lives north of the pike. Some guys come up the pike and they're really mean because nobody mentions them at all. What about a guy who don't even use the pike? Comes on Amtrak. He was the meanest guy ever to arrive on Amtrak. Doesn't have that ring. It's like eggs. Down the tubes. You hear that a lot, especially the last couple of years. People say, boy, the country is really going down the tubes. What tubes? Have you seen any tubes? Where are these tubes? And where do they go? And how come there's more than one tube? It would seem to me, one country, one tube. What, does every state all of a sudden have to have its own tube now? One tube is all you need.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, a veterinarian physician and founder of Youngevity, and I want to talk about kidney failure and high blood pressure. Kidney failure and high blood pressure are due to artery disease in the kidneys, not caused by cholesterol, but by eating fried foods and processed meats and oils and glutens. Give up all those bad foods and take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Take our program, which we call the Ultimate Daily Classic Tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. That'll support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries. And people who have not urinated in 10 years are on dialysis 6 days a week. After 2 weeks, they start urinating again. They drop their dialysis down to 3 days a week. And then after 25 years of being on dialysis because they did not want to have a kidney transplant, they're totally off of dialysis. Their doctors are scratching their head. How can that be? Well, that's because 98% of the time when people have kidney issues, guess what? It's really an artery issue. You'll be amazed. This also helps the arteries in the brain when you have vascular dementia, coronary artery disease, and also in your legs and other places, including the kidneys. It's an amazing thing when you take this program and stay away from the bad foods. And just remember, you also want to stay away from statin drugs because cholesterol is your best friend. Cholesterol makes up 95% of the weight of testosterone and estrogen. No ED if you're eating 3 eggs twice a day. And there's a dementia that's caused by doctors. It's called Alzheimer's disease. It did not exist until they started giving people statin drugs and telling you to stop eating eggs. You need to eat 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks. Hard-boiled eggs won't do. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Our guys, 23 minutes before the hour.
Time to place your next hour here.
There's a battle going on.
Another one?
Yes.
Where might this
Kaylee McEnany and Jake Tapper.
Oh, yes. Did
And
we not discuss that? Why is it getting...
It's getting more heated. Tapper went back on.
Go to your room. You go to your room.
Really?
Both of you get a room.
Well, first of all, Kaylee's out of work, so you have to give her a little empathy. Nobody likes to be out of work.
No.
Especially at a time like this, and you give somebody a resume.
Yeah.
Former employer,
Yeah.
Don Trump, what did you do?
Pretty
Press
hopeless.
secretary.
Yes, it is.
There's not a lot of jobs for you. So let's hear what Jake... Now, remember this. Jake and Kaylee worked together for 2 years at CNN when Kaylee worked over there. And the way that Jake sounds, they knew each other fairly well. Here's CNN's Jake Tapper.
There are some people that are such, they're just so mendacious, I just wouldn't put them on air. Kaylee McEnany, I never booked her. Jason Miller from the Trump campaign, I would never book him. I mean, these are just people who they just tell lies the way that, most people breathe. And there was no value in that. There's a big difference between somebody like Kaylee McEnany who just this is what she does. She tells lies all the time. She can't acknowledge reality. So I'm just not going to put somebody like that on air.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't disagree with him.
I don't either, but I don't think he's booking his own show. I'm just guessing.
Well, he probably gets the final okie dokie on that.
I don't know whether he does or not. He might. He's probably high up enough the food chain to get to do that.
Yeah.
By the way, Donald Trump was going to sign the $2.3 trillion COVID-19 relief bill on Christmas Eve.
But?
Changed his mind. They had set up a desk and chair. I wonder if it was that little kid's desk and chair, like if they bring that around with them on the plane now.
Why not? They ship everything else with
Well, he only weighs 239 pounds. That's what he admits to. Okay. Well, he was going to do it at 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. What was he going to do after that? Read us The Night Before Christmas?
Could you see
and
that?
And then Ivanka and Melania were going to walk out as little elves?
I'd have paid to see that.
Oh.
Not that none of us have a lot of funds right now or extra money, but I'd have paid to see that.
And he had called the major news organizations, said, you better be here.
What? On Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
And he...
Yeah.
You cruel SOB.
And then he decided that he wasn't going to do it.
Oh, dear.
So anyhow, what do you think? Do you have any problems at all with the government giving everybody a check for $2,000?
I don't. It's kind of our money anyway.
Well,
we're the ones who basically have to pay the debt. We're the ones who have to cough it up. It's not wealthy people that are getting those checks. It's not wealthy people that feed into the taxpayer rolls.
It's true. If you make over $75,000 a year, you don't get one.
So...
and the mean income is about half that, so only about half the people are actually eligible to get one of those checks.
We're all in desperate situations. If we don't, now we haven't felt as, when I say we, I kind of mean collectively.
Yes.
we haven't yet had to go through what the bars and the restaurants and some of the small businesses have had to go through.
And the people who work for them.
Yes. We haven't had to go through what they're on the front lines of right now.
I mean, what is the most common job for a woman? What is the most common job for a single woman with children in this country? Waitress, right?
Or retail.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
What happens when a few million of us end up homeless or living out of cars? That's already beginning. Take a look down the road when that whole series of pitfalls gets to the working American people. No jobs, no homes, then what happens to the economy, then what happens to America on the whole. We're in trouble.
But I know there's a large segment of this society. I know we don't talk about it that much because it's obviously doesn't make news. But there's a lot of people out there who work for the government or works for a business that decided to let its people work from home. And all those people have not really had their life changed from this. And because of that, I would rather give the people who have really been affected by this more money and the people that haven't been affected by this less money.
Well,
but
ideally,
but there's not enough planning or forethought in any of these things to make those kinds of decisions.
Right.
Plus, there'd be such graft and cheating. Everybody would.
Well, we saw what happened with the PPP loans.
Yeah, exactly. Harvard University.
This is a big country.
SpaceX got one.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just reading a story about the Omni hotels. They're not Motel 6. The Omni hotels got a couple of millions in PPP loans. No one ever got paid from that.
Well, that's the problem. And once again, that's what I'm saying, is it's almost like, well, we used to have a statement in Las Vegas for dealers who didn't know the right amount to pay the person, especially at a craps game where there's a lot of different payoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to say, just stack it till they smile. Because the player always knows exactly how much money he's supposed to get. And if you push him that amount, he'll smile. If you push him less than that, he won't. So stack it till they smile.
I don't know about that.
I think that probably does work. But I think it's a real bad way to do business.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the government, you're supposed to be a little bit more informed than that.
You think?
When we come back, we'll be more informed than that. Oh, there's a major flight today going on. We'll talk about that
on Daybreak USA.
So probably got a little warm. Welcome back. Good to have you with us. Oh, by the way, Ray gave me the best Christmas present.
What was that?
The brand new Thongs Depends.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh my gosh!
Do you got pictures?
I am so stylish. It's unbelievable.
You're like a senior skank.
So if it looks like I'm concentrating on something,
I take no part in this.
I may not be concentrating on anything.
I mean,
it all depends.
See, Ray got greedy there.
Where you're going to?
Yes.
So are you getting compliments from all the gents and the ladies?
Oh, when I go to the pool. Oh, wow.
Did you get to no, I thought she was getting you like the Depends Speedo. The Depends banana hammock.
The thong is very hot.
Yeah, I mean, so you get a lot of lookers, are you?
Oh, yeah. Like these 19 and 20-year-old
the
girls.
Just too much.
Yeah, I mean, Gladys and Gertie must be going wild.
Is it real or is it Memorex?
Yeah, I mean...
It's Memorex.
I mean, listen, you've been breaking hearts since, what, 1953?
That's what the sign says, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
on my office door.
I mean, when you get on that when you get on that shuffleboard, man, it's like I'll do it as best as I can here. It's like a tsunami warning was just issued. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, that's right. So, by the way, if you bought tickets to this flight, well, your family will be so happy. Remember when you used to be able to put 6 quarters in the machine at the airport and get $100,000 in life insurance? Yeah. I just thought that was a bad advertisement for the airlines. You don't even remember that.
No.
6 quarters, you got $100,000 worth of life insurance for the flight you were going on.
Out of a vending machine?
Yes, and it was legitimate.
Oh, I'll bet
I think it had Alex Trebek's picture on it. But for $1.25, a buck and a half. There was one at every gate at every airport.
Wow. I missed a lot not being born
and
earlier.
You filled out the little paperwork and you threw it. Now, I know some people that are very negative. You know, oh me, oh my, I know I'm going to die, Lippy. That's the voice of Hardy Har Har, the laughing hyena who couldn't laugh. And, but I think that's a little grotesque, don't you? I mean, how would you feel if you saw like a guy with 2 rolls of quarters standing over the machine and a gun in his hand before he gets on your plane? Not good. Anyhow, if you bought tickets for this flight, you have some kind of death wish.
You know what's kind of funny to what you're saying? You could buy that, what you said, like $1.50, $1.75 for $100,000 in life insurance, you said. And yet, it would cost you 50 cents to get 8 minutes on the little black and white airport TV, if you remember those days.
Yes, so you were talking about 15 minutes of TV. That's all you're talking about.
Oh, I've forgotten all about those.
The big flight today from Miami to Newark.
On the MAX?
The MAX 8 flies again.
They had
Would
trouble.
you fly on that?
Not yet.
Unless I'm giving the last strikes first.
Yeah, really.
And had a big life insurance policy to leave someone.
Bring your quarters.
Hey, as long as I have a picture of Rod and his thong depends, life would be okay. I could go to my grave with that.
Life's over after that anyway.
You know you've seen it all.
What color are they, by the way?
I think Cam Newton actually has a reservation on
they're
that flight after
camouflage.
last
They're
game.
camouflage?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, desert or like traditional camouflage?
They have both. I got them the desert ones because we're in Arizona.
On the back they say tanks. Tanks, camouflage. Get it? Little joke.
Yes.
Okay. So, but anyhow.
What was the question you asked me?
Camouflage.
The MAX 8 had trouble. Pilot landing had to skid off the air, off the runway.
That had nothing to do with it. The runway was filled with ice. That happens.
Yeah, that happened, but it was something else, though. There was a problem with an earlier flight. Yes, it was within the last
There hasn't been an earlier flight.
There has been.
Not with the public on it.
We had to get one more in for this
That's
almost
right.
cursed. For this god-awful year. Didn't you both?
Yes.
I'm right, he's right, they crashed, didn't crash last right, blah, 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 blah.
Why would you listen to her when you can listen to me? That's my question.
Why are you both arguing? God.
Not a problem.
Because there have not been any public flights of the MAX until today. This is the first one.
Okay.
That's why I brought it up.
Say.
No, not whatever I say.
Yes,
Actually, no, Ray, and not to be funny here, they have
Go
pretty
ahead,
much...
tell the truth.
Okay. Anyway,
I know.
What I was going to say was they have basically grounded all the MAX flights. So, yeah, this is the first one in a while.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to look it up.
Oh,
look it
have
up.
a good time.
No. Only because
we'll see
I was
next
shocked that they had just decided to do it without really, there wasn't any breaking news on it.
You don't think there's been breaking news on it?
No, not on the. It was. I'll find it and then I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Maybe it was employees on it, but I know they took a
Well, they
test
didn't
flight.
fly it empty.
Crash test dummies.
Yes.
Wilbur and Orville didn't fly it. Back
oh
with
my
more
God,
on
Daybreak USA.
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-882-2093. 800-882-2093. 800-882-2093. That's 800-882-2093.
Welcome back to Daybreak USA. Well, I have a fantastic guest for you. He is an actor, comedian, and host of the new food show Crime Scene Kitchen, and he is joining us live this morning from L.A. to tell us about his latest role as Chief Happy Hour Officer with premium mixer company Q Mixers, just in time for the big summer get-togethers. Good morning, Joel. So what are you up to with Q Mixers and other projects that you have going on?
Why, thank you for asking. Well, here's the deal. So if you've ever had like a gin and tonic and the tonic goes flat, which happens a lot, as you know, that's the worst thing that's ever happened on this planet. And it's not worth it to drink it. It really isn't. That's why Jordan at Q Mixers, he created the company when he had a flat gin and tonic, and he said never again. And so that's why he created these small cans. They're hypercarbonated, very flavorful, very spicy ginger beer. This is an American mule, not Moscow mule, because, you know, we're close to 4th of July. You put some vodka in there, some lime. You hit it with the ginger beer, maybe 2 to 4 ounces, and that will tickle your nose the entire drink. Because a good mixer is so good, a bad mixer, not worth it. So why ruin perfectly good booze? So start with good ingredients, and believe me, you will be happy. Crime Scene Kitchen on Fox after MasterChef. It is a competition baking show. It's also a mystery show where teams of 2 bakers go into what's called the Crime Scene Kitchen, and something has been baked there. There's evidence left of something that has been baked, and they have 2 minutes to put those clues together, and then they bake that thing they think it is while somebody is dying on the floor. My movie Happily has just come out on DVD, which means it's on video on demand and all that. And then I'll be doing more Stargirl this year. I think that's coming. I'm not sure. They're just about to release the 2nd season. So there's that. And then I'm doing a couple of movies, which I will not tell you about.
Let's see. If something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34.
Dunkin' is putting a whole new spin on pumpkin at Dunkin' with our new pumpkin cream cold brew. Smooth, bold cold brew topped with velvety pumpkin cream cold foam made with cinnamon and nutmeg spices. And there's more pumpkin for you to love, like the delicious fall classic, our pumpkin spice signature latte. Rich espresso topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. That's how we pumpkin at Dunkin'. Sip into the fall season with the $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or pumpkin spice signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only in all cold foam cold brew.
You might have noticed a change in your neighborhood lately. Yep, Sprint stores are now T-Mobile stores. Now that Sprint is T-Mobile, you get more coverage, value, and benefits than ever before. We've invested billions to bring our 5G from big cities to small towns across America. And great coverage is just the start. From high-speed mobile hotspot data to weekly deals and giveaways, our customers get tons of great benefits. Head to your new T-Mobile store to learn more.
Qualifying service and capable device required. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain plan or features. See T-Mobile.com.